Okay, good morning all. I would like to call this meeting to order and welcome everyone this morning. Welcome to all members of council, to our staff who will provide us facts and information so we can make decisions in the best interest of the Corporation of ACW and all of our full-time and seasonal residents. Welcome also to all members of the public that are joining us this morning, to Megan, our county planner, and to any members of the media that will be joining us. Meetings of council are live streamed on the Township's official website in accordance with the live streaming and virtual participation of meetings policy. Do any members of council have a pecuniary interest or general nature thereof to indicate at this time of any agenda item that we have today? Thank you for that. We do have the minutes from the second day of September for our consideration, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for the adoption of these minutes, and that is Councillor Blake and Forster, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council hereby adopts the September 2nd, 2025 council meeting minutes as written. Do we have any questions on these minutes? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion? And that is carried. Thank you. Open forum is an opportunity for any members of the public to make any comments that they would care to regarding any agenda item that we have today. Are there any members of the public that would care to make any comments at this time? Seeing none, we do not have any delegations today, so we'll move on to our Treasury Department, and that would be the payment of the current accounts, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for these, please. And that is Councillor Hickey and Miltonberg, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council hereby authorizes the payment of the September 2025 accounts as presented. Do we have any questions on any of these lines? If not, all in favor of the motion? And that is carried. Thank you. 6.2 is the payment of the previous month's actual accounts, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for these, please. And that is Councillor Blake and Councillor Forster, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council hereby approves the payment of the August 2025 accounts in the amount of $1,544,574.49. Do we have any questions on any of these minutes? And I'll go first to Deputy Mayor Vanstone, please.
Yes, thank you. And I better get the right page. It's page 3 at the top. There's two bills that came from us from Ben Miller Estates for the sewage, and I thought it was owned by them. Do we pay into that? Who would I ask for that question?
Thank you very much.
Can you tell us what page you're on?
3.
We're on section 6.2. I just want to clarify that.
Okay, well, I'm still back on 6.1. Sorry about that. I missed the time to ask that question.
Okay, we'll back up to 6.1. And your question again, Deputy Mayor, please.
Well, on page 3, I read near the top, it's Ben Miller Inn and Spas, the Ben Miller, and there's $7,244.94, and it says Sewage Capital Works.
Okay, thanks for the question. CAO, please.
That's the payment to the Ben Miller Inn for their sewer capital work. So there's a charge on everyone's tax bill that contributes to the capital work for the sewage work, and that's part of their cost. So they submit invoices to us and we reimburse them, and we collect that from the users via local improvement on their tax bill. And the other one is just the regular sewer rate.
Thank you for that. I just didn't understand that.
Okay, thank you. So we're on 6.2. Are there any questions on any of these lines? And if not, all in favor of the motion? And that is carried. Thank you. 6.3 is the summary revenue / expenditure reports, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for these, please. Deputy Mayor Vanstone and Councillor Blake, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council adopts the summary revenue / expenditure reports as written for the Township, Lucknow and District Medical Center, the Lucknow and District Recreation from January to August of 2025. Do we have any questions on any of these lines? If not, all in favor of the motion? And that is carried. Thank you. 6.4 is the investment policy. We have previously supported this, and today we'll formalize it in a bylaw in section 18. Do we have any comments on this? If not, I'll just ask for a show of hands for consideration of this in section 18 as a bylaw. Opposed? And that is supported. Thank you. Planning Department, it is an update on the Smith planning application. Our county planner, Megan Tidd Hernick, has provided this to us, and it's for information purposes that it is still in progress. Okay. 7.2 is the notice of decision of the County of Huron for the Johnson Brothers application. And today we will consider giving a third and final reading to this. We've previously given the first and second readings. Any questions or comments on this? I will ask for a show of hands if we're in support of the third and final reading in Section 18 as a bylaw. And that is supported by Council. Thank you. We do have the Chief Building Officials Report. It's supplied by Joy Lindsay. Thank you very much, Joy. Any questions on this? If not, great work to yourself and your colleagues. Thank you. Under administration, it is the BAO approval of the cemetery bylaw, and it is minor wording adjustments to it. And we would consider that as an amendment in the bylaws in Section 18. Any questions or comments on this? I'll ask again for a show of hands if we're supportive. Oh, a question? Councillor Miltenberg, please.
Yeah, and it may be in the report that I missed, but I mean, we haven't looked at these for a long time, so we thought we would look at it. Is there something that would trigger this, that every so many years we look at it, or is it just at the discretion of the council to do?
Thanks for the question. Clerk, please.
It's at the discretion of the council. Generally speaking, with cemeteries, most things don't change very often. So just in the last couple of years, council did ask us to update the bylaw, and it also reflected changes at the bereavement authority as well. So it's currently up to date and approved by the BAO as presented.
Okay, thank you. And I'll ask for council's consideration with a show of hands for this in Section 18 as a bylaw. And that is supported by council. Thank you. We do have the bylaw enforcement report under 9.2. It is for information purposes. Any questions or comments on this? Seeing none, we have nothing under water or drainage or public works today. And so we'll go to 13, which is committee reports, council committee reports. And I'll ask if any members of council have any reports that they would like to offer at this time. I'll go first to Councillor Hickey, then Councillor Forster, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just one, the Community Alliance, the Dungannon Community Alliance met this past week. We had contribution from the Pro Rodeo Ag Society, the Community Center, and the youth group at the meeting. They all kind of did a wrap up from 2025 and what they look forward to in 2026. And they're planning on Saturday, December 6th, they're planning a Christmas in the Park at 7 p.m. That's the evening of Christmas in the country throughout the day on Saturday there. And then that evening at 7 p.m. there's going to be tree lighting, hot chocolate, and caroling in the park. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Would you just reiterate those dates again for everyone, please?
Saturday, December 6th at 7 p.m. at the park on the main street.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Councillor Forster, please.
Okay, thank you, Glenn. Last Wednesday, I attended a CHIP committee meeting, and it was all where I thought these maps would be out, ATV maps would be out, but we were tweaking it to make sure everything's right. And the OPP brought up that maybe we should be looking into an app. So I think that we're going to look into that a little deeper, and that was all we discussed. Thanks.
Okay, thank you for that. Any other committee reports? If not, I did attend Southwestern Ontario Isotope Coalition meeting on the 4th of September for discussions related to isotope production, and it will be doubled in the future going forward, and laying the groundwork to enable that to happen. I also brought greetings to the Steam Threshers event on the 5th of September. It was extremely well attended. And you know, it is very, very important that we always reflect on the way we used to do business in agriculture, because agriculture is so important to ACW and Huron County, and the way the technology has improved. And I had an individual ask me at the SOIC meeting regarding electric tractors and the fact that currently they can operate for 8 hours, and he operates his tractor at 16 hours a day in busy times. And the comment was made that the technology needs to improve, and I reiterated, if we just look at the farming community and equipment and how it has improved, and if we provide the requirements to the manufacturers, it's amazing the technology that engineers can come up with, and it was a great event, and thanks very much to all of the volunteers involved in that. I also attended the Belgrave Elementary School Fair at Belgrave, and it was amazing to see so many young people in attendance. There was over 400 students that were in the parade and then sat on the ground, and it was amazing. There was many displays, both of produce inside and of livestock outside, and our fairs, feeder fairs I will call them, are so important because everyone starts somewhere, and for the youth to have the opportunity to experience that was very, very positive. Moving on to 14, yes, please, question or comment?
Yeah, I should mention that we had an ECDev meeting yesterday where we welcomed our new member,
Morton,
Morton.
correct? Jacobson?
Yep, and basically it was just, there wasn't a very long meeting because the next meeting's gonna be really long because it'll be our budget and how we're gonna spend, and we talked about all the different ways we might spend it, and staff have a whole lot of work to do before our next meeting. And just on the theme of the fall fair that you talked about, I also attended the Ben Miller roast beef dinner, the St. Helens pork chop dinner, the Kingsbridge wings. I've gained 10 pounds in the last 4 days. They were delicious. My grandkids go to Brookside, and they're very involved in the fall fair. The Lucknow Fall Fair is this weekend. Lots of stuff going on there, and I think it's free Friday night. So a lot of really good community events going on. Everybody's really busy, and it's great that we attend them. Thanks.
You're absolutely correct, and thank you very much for that. Under new business, is there anything that anyone would like to bring forward for a future meeting under new business at this time? Seeing none, we do not have any correspondence for direction, and we do have correspondence, 3 items for information purposes. I would like to draw everyone's attention to 16.1, and that is the Enbridge consultation on the future of natural gas expansion in Ontario. They have provided a template for a letter of support from ACW, and I would suggest that it would be beneficial to support natural gas. We have some residents in our municipality that have requested natural gas be installed, so I think it's very important that we continue this initiative, and I will just make those comments and offer it to council for your consideration. Councillor Miltenberg, please.
I think it's a great idea. We definitely have requests, particularly in where we border Bruce County, and they can have it on one side, and then right across the street they can't. And I'm assuming this might help that problem.
Clerk, please.
Sorry, I was just gonna suggest that if council's interested, I'd be willing to draft a letter of support and submit it before the deadline.
Yeah, the deadline is coming quickly, so I will ask council. I concur with you. I think it would be very beneficial for our residents, because I've had many that have contacted me requesting natural gas, and so we need to do that through the appropriate channels, being Enbridge. So I'll ask if council's in support of our clerk drafting a letter of support for natural gas within ACW. And that is supported. Thank you. The Dungannon Community Alliance minutes, and also the Huron County Clean Air Partnership opportunity. And again, this is a county initiative. It costs nothing at this point, and they have requested a letter of support for clean air. And I, again, think that would be very appropriate to support, and I will open it up to council if we're like-minded. And so I'll ask for a show of hands if we're in support of a letter of support for the Clean Air Partnership opportunity. And that is supported by council. Thank you. We have nothing under upcoming events, so we'll move to our bylaws. And the first would be the Johnson Brothers bylaw, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for this, please. Councillor Blake and Forrester, the leave be given to introduce bylaw number 45-2025, being a bylaw to amend the zoning bylaw 32-2008 for the Township of Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh, and that it now be read severally, a first, second, and third time, and finally pass the 16th day of September 2025. Third and final time. All in favor of the motion? Clerk, please, I'm sorry. It was Councillor Forrester. You're welcome. So again, all in favor of the motion? Israel? And that is carried. Thank you. 18.2 is the investment policy, and it would, I would entertain a mover and a seconder for this, please. Councillor Hickey moves and Councillor Miltenberg seconds that leave be given to introduce bylaw number 54-2025, being a bylaw to adopt an investment policy for the Township of Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh, and then it now be read severally, a first, second, and third time, and finally pass the 16th day of September 2025. All in favor of the motion is read. Opposed? And that is carried. Thank you. And the third and final bylaw is the BAO approval bylaw, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder for this, please. Deputy Mayor Van Stone and Councillor Blake seconds that leave be given to introduce bylaw number 55-2025, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 36-2025, being a bylaw to regulate the Colborne Cemetery in the Township of Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh, and then it now be read severally, a first, second, and third time, and finally pass the 16th day of September 2025. All in favor of the motion is read. And that is carried. Thank you. We do have a closed session today, and I would entertain a mover and a seconder to move into a closed session. And as Councillor Forrester and Miltenberg move in second, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council move into a closed session in accordance with 239 in brackets 2 in brackets C and in brackets E of the Municipal Act, with the CAO, clerk, and CBO remaining in attendance at 9:16 a.m. for the purpose of discussing a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality, as well as litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality. That would be a public ownership of a private road and public building code contraventions. All in favor of the motion is read. And that is carried. I thank you very much. I thank all members of the public and the media that are joining us this morning, and we will give our, we'll recess for until 9:25 and give our clerk an opportunity to secure the meeting. So we are now back in our closed session, in our open session. There's nothing to report out of our closed session today. And I will entertain a mover and a seconder for the confirmatory bylaw, please. Councillor Blake and Miltonberg, that leave be given to introduce bylaw number 56-2025, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the Township of Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Council meeting held on the 16th day of September 2025, and that it now be read severally, a first, second, and third time, and finally passed the 16th day of September 2025. All in favor of this motion? And that is carried. And does anyone care to make a motion to adjourn? And that would be Deputy Mayor Van Stone and Councillor Hickey, that Ashfield-Colborne-Wawanosh Township Council does now adjourn to meet again on the 7th day of October 2025 at 9 a.m. or at the call of the mayor. All in favor of this motion? And that is carried. Thank you. Meeting's adjourned. Please all enjoy the rest of our day.